Hello, JSPgate here with another session of the Introduction to the Go Programming Language course. So we're going to be continuing on slices. So today what I'm going to be talking about here in this video are two more things that we want to make sure that you know about when it comes to appending to slices. First thing I'm going to talk about is that appending to slices is a very safe operation. I'll explain that here in a little bit. And as well, I want to show how you can concatenate two slices or combine two slices, or you could also say you can append one slice to another. So let's go ahead and talk about the safety aspect here. So I'm going to go ahead and print this out. So go run. You notice it prints out an empty slice. Well, let's do what we've done and let's append on the number 1. And we'll go ahead and print that out again. And there you have it. Now it was an empty slice, and now it's a slice with the number 1 in it. So we haven't talked too much about what the nil value means. The short form of it is nil means nothing is there. Not every type can be set to nil, but slices can be set to nil or can be nil. So I'm going to go ahead and initialize this as nil, which means this variable is supposed to be a slice, but it doesn't have anything underneath of it. As in, we talked about that slices use arrays under the hood. Well, this is initializing the slice with no array under the hood. Some might think that if we append to a nil slice, it's going to error out. But Go is smart, and Go will notice, oh, you have a nil slice. Well, I'm just going to treat it in most cases that it's actually just an empty slice. So that works just fine. We appended 1 to a nil slice, and it just created the array under the hood and just went along with it as if it was never nil in the first place. That's pretty cool. That's a very nice safety feature that Go gives us. Okay, now let's go ahead and move on to, now let's say we have our nil slice, and we have another slice, and it's going to have integers, of course. And let's put my favorite numbers in here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's yelling at me because I'm not using it. So let's put S2. I'm going to hit save, and you're going to notice it's going to yell at me and say, hey, you can't use a slice of integers as an integer. So something that's interesting with the append function, it's not required to only pass 2 things in. If we wanted to, we could pass in this. We could actually append more than one thing at one time. It's a variadic function. That's a topic to go over fully at another time. But basically that just means that it can take a bunch of parameters of the same type right here. Oh. So we could do that. So if I were to run this, we'd have a slice that now has 1, 2, 3 because we appended these items onto it. I'm going to go ahead and change this from a nil slice. Let's turn this into something real here. In fact, let's just say 0, so we can keep things in a sequential. Because it's my OCD coming out here. Keeping things good. So there we go. So we have 0, 1, 2, 3. Well, what if this array had 100 items, or what if we didn't know how many? I'm sorry, this slice, I said array. This slice has 100 items, or we just don't know how many items are in it. We're not going to want to type that out, or we can't because we don't know how much to type out. So what you can do is you can do S2, and then you can do 3 dots at the end. That will, in the lack of better terms, that will explode this array into its individual items. So this will make the compiler look at this array as if it was each individual index, each individual item. So it's as if we did S2 sub 0, sub 1, sub 2, sub 3, sub 4. Let's go ahead and run this and we'll see. There we go. Now we have all of the items appended on. And so this is how we want to concatenate two arrays together, or append one array to another. And there are some other ways that you can use this syntax. Today we're just going to be talking about it here in the scope of appending, but you can always explode an array into a variadic function. We will go over this more in another course that's a little bit more advanced than just for this beginner course. But it's something that I would like for you to be aware of, something that you can go ahead and play around with or learn some more about it on your own. So there you have it. As I said, play with this. And as I always like to say, figure out what it can and what it can't do. And thank you so much, and we will see you again.